Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. You guys, today we are going to be doing this big home, and it has a basketball court. It's got a port. I mean, it's by water, so maybe it's like by a port, but we don't have a port on the lot. But we have a basketball court, we have a pool as well, and I think there's a couple of other things that I added into it. I am currently doing this voiceover first so that I can finish this build a little later, because you guys, this I guess like 2 weeks have been absolutely hectic. It's been chaotic, and I have stories to share. And for any of you guys who are new here, hi, how are you? My name is Jamie. I'm also known as Simspiration here on YouTube, and I just posted a video of remaking my, I guess it's called remaking the most iconic characters in The Sims 4, and it's gonna be a new series that are gonna be on my channel now, just because I found that recently they've been doing pretty all right, and there's a bunch of new people here. So hi, how are you guys? And I'm really awkward and I can't really talk about builds a lot, so I tell you guys stories that happens a lot in my life. And if you guys go see some of my other builds, it's literally the same thing. I will just sit and tell you stories. And you guys, this past week has been insane. I have been having such a hard time trying to figure out what kind of build I want to do. Usually I can kind of figure it out. I can maybe draw it a little bit, get some like inspiration, do something, just do something. And nothing has worked out for me. And there was a time where I was actually going to do another park about that weird lot that we got in The Sims 4 Growing Together, that like weird like 40 by 20 lot. I was like, nah, I could totally make something. And I was like, okay, I can make like a park there or something. And as I was doing it, I guess like my game like completely glitched out and it crashed, and my stuff just didn't get saved. And I was just like, you know, I don't have the energy for this. I'm just gonna leave it. And then I decided to make like a cafe in Mount Komorebi, and that one didn't work out. It just wasn't looking the way that I wanted it to. There was just a whole bunch of things, and I just decided, you know, when in doubt, just make a house. And of course, in all Simspos fashion, I have to make a normal home, and then I just progressively make it bigger. And I figure, like, that's the thing with me, where I sit here and I'm like, no, I can make something that's normal and it looks normal, and just stick with that. But then I start like going, like if I started on like a 20 by 30, I bet you 7 times out of 10 by the end of that build, it will be on like a 64 by 64 lot, or like it will be on like a 50 by 40. And 50 by 40 for me is a lot smaller. When I first started my channel, I was doing a lot of 64 by 64 lots, and I have a lot. So if you guys want to look back on those, it is a lot of fun. But I am trying, if I want to be posting more, I want to try and start making stuff smaller. This one doesn't count. This one doesn't count, and I hope that you guys like it too. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone. I don't do too many houses, so go easy on your girl. But you guys, this next video that I'm gonna do after this one is going to be another remake iconic characters in The Sims 4. But I think what I was thinking about before when I was recording it is that I'm going to make a fast food chain style video with all the Sims. So I'm super excited for that. So if you are new and you have not subscribed, what do YouTubers say? Put on that little notification bell, click subscribe, and you know, it'll let you know whenever time I make a post. But on to the stories I have for you guys. Now, this past week has been a lot of craziness. I will bring you back a little bit. So I'm currently moving right now again with my dad, and for any of you guys who know, we are in this house currently, and it's nice. There's just a problem with like everything. So my dad has just fixed everything up, and then we're just selling it again. And when we got here, my dad instantly, probably a week later, he was like, yep, we're gonna just fix it up, we're gonna sell it. So I was like, great. So we've only been in here for probably about 3 or 4 months now, and my dad is just about to put this house up for sale, and now I have to kind of figure out where I'm going. Now, here's the thing though, is because he told me, he was like, okay, well, if we are moving, he's like, you probably will have to move back in with your mom, or or find somewhere with Alex. Now, if any of you guys don't know, Alex is my boyfriend of 5 years. We are trying to find a house right now, or like a place to live, but I also need a job down where he is, because he lives about almost 2 hours away, and I'm trying to look in that area. So it's just been a whirlwind of that already. And I'm kind of on a time crunch, because when my dad wants to move and say that I might have to go back to my mom's, or I, have to find somewhere, it's kind of stressful because I have to find a job also. But if I have to move back with my mom, it's like moving all my stuff over there, and then say, like, what if I get like a job near Alex a week later, then I have to like move all my stuff over there. It's a lot. It's scary, but I mean, it has to happen, right? Because like, I need to find something. I need to find something. So Alex has been helping me with that a lot, which is, bless his soul. And I have just become so like done with work, you guys. It was even crazy. Even tonight when I was closing the store, it is currently 10:50, but even closing the store last night, my brain was like on autopilot, and it didn't even work too. Like, I counted the till, and then the money was like, it's over, and I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, it's not. So I like I like recounted it twice, and I was like, no, it's not. So I accepted it, whatever, and just kept going. And then I'm like looking, and I'm like, wait, why does it say that it's like 700 over? Because usually our floats are straight 300 at the end of the night. It said that I was at like 700 and whatever. So I was $400 over what I was supposed to. And apparently I accidentally put 27 $20 bills when there was only 7. That was a whole thing in itself. And then recently, this lady that I work with, you guys, okay, Emma's gone. Now there's starting to become a new runner-up, but not as bad, but it's becoming a headache for literally everyone in the store. But bless her soul. Let's name her Mary. Now, Mary, again, bless her soul, she's like almost 7 years old. But she can be a lot, and she stresses out a lot, and I understand. She has like 8 children that are literally all from her. Yeah, she birthed those things. She had 8 children, and I'm like sitting here, and I'll be at work just minding my business, and she'll just start like getting scared about certain things, or the reason why the company's doing this is it's because our store is gonna be shutting down, or if something's not written properly, she would be like, why is all this stuff, like the grammar not working? Why isn't it? Why is it doing this? Why isn't it doing that? Why isn't it doing this? Why isn't it? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have the answers for you. I'm so sorry. I'm like, I can't help you. And she's like, I know. And then I told her, she's been on about like hours too. And Mary used to be a team lead, which is like you open and close stores. And then she said that it was way too stressful. I had to write everything down for her in a book, word for word. Like say you do something, and then you have to type in your code to like get to another spot, and then like keep going, like do another thing. She would get confused as soon as it would ask her for her code, and then she would get all discombobulated. So it was very stressful trying to teach her things. But I would write it down word for word, so she literally could not mess up. And there's certain things that she finds that when we ask her to do something, she doesn't want to do it because she's too afraid to mess up, even though we've already like written it down for her. So it can get very stressful. And so it was stressful for her. So she decided that she wanted to like go down as a sales associate. So sales associates don't really get like the same hours as a team lead, because team leads are there like for more periods of time, whereas sales associates can go in for like a 4-hour shift, where team leads will go in for like an 8-hour shift, And so she goes down, and she has been on our manager about wanting more hours. And the problem is that we're getting so many different people on our team that she cannot get more hours. I had to fight for so long. I've been at this place for almost 3 years now. I had to fight so hard trying to get over 30 hours a week for myself. And she has just been like, I need more hours. And then like I'd be working with her, and she'd be like, Jamie, she's like, when you leave, does that mean that I'll get more hours? Like, I'll get that? And I was like, Mary, I'm like, wait till I'm gone. Like, please. Man, don't sound too excited for me to go. Like, geez. So she even told someone when I go, she wants to take my team lead position. And I was talking to her about that one day, and I said, Mary, I don't know. I honestly, and I'm not saying this to get you nervous, but I'm like, I genuinely do not think they will let you become team lead again. I don't know, but it's just a thought. And she said, well, why not? And I said, well, the problem is that you asked to be stepped down. So, because, team lead was too stressful for you. So I don't know if they will want you to be back at team lead position. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but she asks me questions all the time, and sometimes I don't have the answers for it. And, she makes a lot of comments when people are in the store that I'm like trying to tell her, like, don't say that, they're right there. Like, don't, it's hard. But also, like, the other day I was stressing out so hard, you guys. There was a place down where Alex is, and they called me and they're like, oh, like, we would like you to like work down here, but we need you there like next week. And I was like, wait, what? And I'm like, I still need to put in my 2 weeks. I still need to put on like at least a week's notice. And they go, well, we need you there. And it was just a whole thing. So when I got that call, I was already stressed out. I had to do an entire flip because no one told me. And then we got shipment. And for any of you guys who don't know, I always do shipment. I'm always the one left with shipment, and that's fine. I don't mind doing it. I can get through it really quickly. But that day I also had a meeting for like 3 hours in the back. So I'm like sitting here and I'm like, okay. So Mary comes in and I'm stressing out, and she already comes in and she starts complaining about the things that are going on with her. And I'm like, I can't right now. I love you, but please just stop talking. I'm like, please. I never said that, but in my head I was like, please stop talking. And so I was like, hey, Mary, I'm gonna be doing this meeting in the back. Can you stay here and, help with the customer with the customers? And she goes, well, yeah, I think because I was here earlier, they asked me to be here earlier. I guess I'm covering for you when you're doing that. And I go, yeah, I think so. But it was so dead there, you guys, it was so dead that day. And the shipment came in and she's like, well, you can tell me what to do and I'll do it, because I don't know what to do. I don't want to mess anything up. And I go, well, look, I'm like, Mary, I'm like, do you know how to do shipment? And she was like, no, but I can learn. And she goes, can I do the shipment for you? And I said, if you want. I'm like, it doesn't really matter to me, but if you'd like to. And she goes, yeah, show me. So I like wrote everything down, showed her how to do it, and I left to go sit in the back. So I'm going through and I'm doing the meeting. 3 hours go by, and during that time, Mary didn't come into the back room once to put any boxes away. And I was kind of like confused as to why she never came to the back, but I also didn't say anything because I just didn't have the brain power for it. And so I go out after 3 hours, and I come back out of the store and I see that literally no boxes have been touched except for one, but everything out of that box was just sitting there. It wasn't in the back. And I go, oh, I'm like, what happened? And she goes, oh, I didn't want to touch anything. She's like, I just wanted to wait until you were done to go take a look at these and whatnot. And I go, oh my gosh. I go, Mary, I'm like, okay. I looked through everything. Everything was like fine in that one box. But then I had all these boxes that were just sitting there. After 3 hours, nothing was touched. And I had a problem with that with like older people who work there with us, like Emma, for those of you who know. And oh, if any of you guys don't know who Emma is, I really recommend to like watch some of my older videos because I talk about her a lot, and she was something else, you guys. She was something else. And so I I had to deal with her, and so after that I was like, okay, because since no one touches shipment, it just makes me annoyed because I'm like, you had 3 hours. I'm like, if you had a question, I told you, come ask me. So I told her, I was like, okay, Mary, I'm like, can you just help with customers if they come in, just let me do the shipment. I'm quick at it. I can just get it done. Don't even worry. And she goes, yeah, sure. So I only had 2 hours left of my shift. And then my friend was going to come in and take like my shift so that she could close for the day. And so I got literally through it all. And what's it called? So my friend came in. She was there to take the shift. And you guys, it was just so stressful that day that like it's hard because they don't help you, and then when you ask for help, like they still don't help. So it was just a really stressful day. I had 2 calls that day for different interviews. That one that I was telling you guys that they wanted me like there next week or whatever, update on that, didn't go through with that one at all. I had another one, didn't go through with that. There was one in near Alex's where he lives, and I went to that, and they said that it was like a receptionist slash administrative assistant. And when I went there, it was a really sketchy place, you guys. Like it was like a couple stores and then like a living like motel kind of thing above it. Yeah, creepy, I know. So like came here and I was like, okay, this is really creepy. But the only good thing about it is that next door to the working spot was like a bubble tea store. I was like, oh, love that. But I don't know. So I like went in. The guy was super weird, you guys. I got bad vibes off the, like, right in the beginning. He left our meeting to go take a phone call. Like, there was just a bunch of weird stuff. And I was just like, yeah, this isn't it. I'm not thinking that. And he was like, yeah, we only give like 20 hours to like 30 hours in between then. And I was like, yeah, that's too small. Like and it said full time, and I was like, no, I need like full-time hours, like 40 hours. So I'm like, I can't do that. And since it said receptionist slash assistant, like administrative assistant, he started like talking to me about like sales and stuff like that, like being a retail sales kind of person. Like the job description was like a retail job, even though it said receptionist slash the administration assistant. So I was like, what the heck? I was so confused. So apparently you have to do like more selling on the floor, like retail kind of thing, which I'm trying to get out of. So I didn't stay. So that was also really frustrating. And you guys, it was just like so strange. There was also a homeless dude that came over to me at work tonight, even though you guys are seeing this on a Wednesday. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way, you guys. But he saw me. He like came in and he was like, what did he say? He was like, I have a bad memory, but I'll let you talk to me anyway. And then he walks away. No, he didn't say anything else. That was all he said. And then he walked away with his milk carton and he went to go sit on a chair and he just sat there and stared at me. You guys, how weird is that? I've had the weirdest comments from, like, it sounds so bad, but I've been getting the weirdest comments from homeless people. I remember I was walking in Toronto with Alex, and we were walking around, and this like homeless dude like walked past me and he looked at me dead in the face and he goes, "That's a hump it and dump it." I was like, I'm sorry, what did you just call me? I was like, bro, I'm like, what? Oh my god. So it was a whole thing. I was so sad. I felt so offended. I was like, what the heck? And Alex was so like confused. He was like, what even? So you guys, it's been a crazy thing. I also have another story to tell you guys, but that will have to be for like my next speed build. That one is crazy. That one, there was a lot going on, but I have so much. I literally have a list that I have on my computer, and it tells me like what to talk about, because again, I literally have a memory of a goldfish. I cannot remember anything. But yeah, I have a list, and the next one that I have to tell you guys, it is just really, it's something else. So, and it adds to a lot of the stress, but I didn't realize I'd be talking for this long. But if you guys have made it this far, I hope that you guys like this video. Maybe please consider like commenting and subscribing. We are almost at 10K. Thank you all so freaking much. My goal by the end of this year, I know it's crazy, but I want to try and make 100K, you guys. Like, can we do that? Can I do that? I think I can. This is the year of the dragon. This is my one of my years, because I was born in the year of the dragon. So I'm hoping, you know, it goes well and you never dream too small, right? So we'll see how it goes, but I hope that, again, that you guys like this video, and maybe please consider like, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you all later. Okay, bye guys.